Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
It is cruel. No, I think it's totally cruel because how many women love Michael Kors and Coach and all of those big brands, and for one to be on sale, I was like, all right, like this is awesome.
A Fargo woman wants to warn others to not fall victim to a text message scam. Good evening and thanks for staying up late with us. After receiving a text message from someone claiming to be a discount designer supplier, the woman is speaking out. Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons shares her story.
That was one of the things that I remember too was
Nickley Lang is like many women, always looking for a good deal on designer handbags. And when she received a text message from what seemed like a Michael Kors outlet store offering a discount, she thought, why not?
it wasn't an obnoxiously good deal where it kind of raised any red flag with me, and so I found a couple that I liked.
Her shopping cart started filling up, so she went to check out. She says that 2 of her credit cards were declined, and her bank later called her with the truth.
This is a fraudulent charge on your account. Did you truly make these purchases in China?
Lang never ended up making a purchase from the site, but made sure to pass on her findings to friends. And coincidentally, one of them also received the very same text message, leading them to believe this scam deliberately targets women.
How realistic it was, and how many people I know that that type of brand like Michael Kors, and they're always looking for a good deal.
It was a good learning lesson that I need to be a little bit more aware of my shopping and how technology plays a role.
Both women received a text message including a link to the scam's website, officialmichaelkors.com. And Michael Kors customer service says that the only website you should be visiting for their products is michaelkors.com. Lang also says that if you want to double check that a link is legit, don't just view it in your phone's browser, type it into your computer's browser. If it is a scam, it'll come up as an error page. Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
Lang says the people who received the scam text message are all iPhone users. And if you receive the message, you'll find it includes an Apple ID, which should tip you off that it could be a scam. This story was brought to us via our Whistleblower Hotline. If something out of the ordinary is happening to you or in your community, call our Whistleblower team and we'll work to investigate it. Call our hotline now at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. There's more road construction set to begin tomorrow on top of what's already happening in the Fargo-Moorhead area. If you usually use 2nd Street in downtown Fargo, you're going to be detoured to 4th Street. The project is expected to last until November and will fix roadways, replace an almost 100-year-old water main, and improve the sewer system. If you're looking to avoid train traffic, you'll need to use the 10th Street North underpass until fall. Detour signs are posted to help drivers find their way around town. A dangerous dog is terrorizing a local neighborhood. That's what one man tells Valley News Live. I looked into this claim and discovered that where you live can determine how police handle calls about pets.
Or you could be cited for This is what we like when people come to the parks. You know, they easily either bring a stake out with them where they have the dog on a leash here, or they keep it on the leash. This is what we highly recommend.
It's easy for Community Service Officer Sarah Fix to enforce leash laws in parks and other public places.
This is public property. I mean, it's city-owned property, Park District owned, where we have authorization to be able to cite for a dog at large running in these areas, since it is open to the public to go and access.
But enforcing leash laws in a mobile home community or apartment building is different.
That is more looked at as, it's kind of a gray area for us. It's community shared property where basically everybody's paying to live on that property, so they share the common grounds in there.
A viewer who lives in Riviera Heights wrote into us and said a dangerous dog was prowling the neighborhood, even attacking his family. However, while we were there, we didn't see a single dog.
There isn't a danger that I foresee with dogs running loose. There is, the occasional dog that gets loose, but I've always seen the owners going after them right away and recovering them.
Coben McFarland lives here with his family and says he's not afraid of dogs attacking his children, which is what many of the neighbors told us.
They have a fenced yard. We have a fenced, portion of our yard. The neighbor across the street there has a brand new fenced yard. I would say that the people around here are pretty genuinely, caring about their animals and don't want to let them run free.
CSO Fix says in most cases, fixing a problem on a community shared property goes back to one person.
It usually goes back to the property manager to try and enforce their rules that they have in those areas.
Fargo police say even if you live in an apartment complex, you should still call them if you feel an animal is threatening you or your family's safety. That story came to us from our Facebook page. Remember to like us so you can stay informed and follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the day. Today marks Purple Heart Day, a day dedicated to those who have earned one of the U.S.'s military's oldest honors. The Purple Heart is given to those that have served our country and are wounded or killed during that service. We talked to Rick Olick, who received it for the time he spent in the Vietnam War. He gives us his opinion on comments recently made by Donald Trump about the Purple Heart.
As far as somebody, and I'll say, accepting that and saying, I wish I always had one of these is much easier. It just shows ignorance and arrogance. I was appalled by it. I mean, it was hurtful that somebody would say they would want one of these. It's not something you want. It's something you earn.
A spokesman for the Military Order of the Purple Heart said in a statement that anyone who has received a Purple Heart medal is obviously entitled to give it to whomever he or she wants.